You're deciding between Sprint and Verizon, and in this video I'll help you choose which is best for you. We're going over 5 categories: coverage, plans, pricing, data speeds, and perks. At the end of each category, I'll give either carrier a gold star, and the carrier at the end of the video with the most gold stars wins. Before we dive in, if you find this video helpful or if you just like listening to my voice, please subscribe. We come out with new content weekly on Fridays, all about cell phones, cell phone plans, carriers, the internet, and everything else in telecommunications. I'd love to have you join me every week. Subscribe, comment, like, and share. Now it's time to compare Sprint and Verizon in the 5 categories. First up, we are comparing coverage to see who has the most. Now, a quick look at each carrier's coverage map shows us that Verizon is the clear winner here. Our numbers tell us that Verizon 4G covers 70% of the US, while Sprint 4G only covers 30%. And I know there are lots of opinions on carrier coverage maps. You might look at each carrier's map on their website and see something different, but we do our own research and find actual coverage percentages so you can trust those numbers. Now, if you want to choose Sprint at the end of the video, Sprint's coverage is best in bigger cities and metropolitan areas. If you go with Verizon, you don't really have to worry. Their coverage is nearly everywhere. You can also type your address into our coverage checker at WhistleOut.com, and we'll show you what each carrier's coverage is like in your area. But because Verizon has the better coverage, we're giving them the gold star here. Next up, we're comparing plans. In plans, I'm going over variety because having choices is important to me, and I'm going to assume it's also important to you. And if you don't care about options, let me know in the comments below, and maybe I'll change up the way I give a gold star here. And I'm also going over details like throttling and data deprioritization thresholds. Now, if you don't know what any of that means, here's a quick vocabulary lesson. Throttling is when carriers slow down your data speeds, and a data deprioritization threshold is your allotted amount of high-speed data before your data slows. Now that we have that out of the way, when it comes to a variety of plans, including specialty plans like military and senior plans, Verizon has 22 to choose from that range from prepaid and limited data all the way to postpaid and unlimited everything. All of Verizon's plans offer unlimited talk and text, and plans get more expensive as you add data. Sprint has 7 plans. All offer unlimited talk and text, and nearly all offer some form of unlimited data. Verizon offers more variety in plans, but that doesn't mean they win this gold star. Let's take a look at each carrier's throttling and deprioritization thresholds inside those specific plans. Verizon's postpaid plans that aren't unlimited give you a set amount of data to use and then will charge you overage fees. Verizon's prepaid plans that aren't unlimited give you a set amount of high speed, then allow you to continue using data at 2G speeds. And when it comes to Verizon's unlimited plans, the cheaper ones don't have a deprioritization threshold, which means your data could be slowed down anytime there's congestion on the network. The more expensive unlimited plans prioritize your high-speed data until you use up a given amount of gigabytes, and on the high end, that cap is 75 gigabytes. On Sprint's plans, there are no overages even on limited data plans. Once you use up your set amount of data, you can still use data at slower speeds. On Sprint's cheaper unlimited plans, your data may be slowed during times of congestion, and similar to Verizon, on the more expensive unlimited plans, you get a data deprioritization threshold that ranges from 50 gigabytes all the way to 100. Now, Verizon has more variety, so we're giving them a star, but please do not tear me apart in the comments because we're also giving Sprint a star because their deprioritization thresholds are larger and they don't charge data overages on any of their plans, so this one is a tie. So far, Verizon has won for coverage, and we have a tie with plans. Now we're officially giving a gold star to Sprint for their prices. This is an easy win for Sprint because their plans are much cheaper compared to Verizon in nearly every way. For instance, Sprint's most expensive plan is $70 a month, and you get unlimited talk, text, and data with a deprioritization threshold of 100 gigabytes. Verizon's most expensive plan, on the other hand, is $90, and you get a 75 gigabyte threshold. On the lower end of the scale, Sprint offers a pretty basic unlimited everything plan for $35 a month. For $35 on Verizon, you get unlimited talk and text, but only 6 gigabytes of data. Because of that, this star is going to Sprint. When it comes to data speeds, we're turning to OpenSignal, who tested over 1.6 million devices and over 5 billion measurements, including video performance, upload speed, download speeds, and more. In their study published in January of 2020, Verizon beats out Sprint in all tests except latency. Sprint barely beat Verizon there. And a few notable wins for Verizon are in video experience and 4G availability. When it comes to download speeds, Verizon users averaged 25.3 megabits per second, where Sprint users averaged 23.9 megabits per second. Now, I know some of you Verizon users will tell me that these numbers are wrong because your speeds are faster, but I'm just relaying the information from this study of nearly 2 million phones saying the average is 25.3. If you want to take a look at that study, I'll link it in the description. And because Verizon beat out Sprint in data speeds, video experience, and 4G availability, among many others, we're giving them the gold star here. Now we're on to the fun part, the perks. Perks are any extras or add-ons that you do not have to pay for. These perks come along with the price of the plan, and you should not choose a plan based on the perks alone, but it's definitely a cherry on top. We're going over all the possible perks you can get with each carrier, which means these are the perks you get with the most expensive plans. And I'm eating my hair. Oof. With Verizon, you get an Apple Music subscription, 500 gigabytes of cloud storage, 5G access if you have a 5G capable phone, a 30 gigabyte high-speed hotspot allotment, free Disney Plus for a year, unlimited calling to and from Mexico and Canada, and Verizon Up, which gives you Uber, Grubhub, Amazon, and Starbucks gift cards, among other products and discounts for free. With Sprint, you get Amazon Prime, Hulu, Tidal, and Lookout subscriptions, a 100 gigabyte high-speed hotspot allowance, unlimited talk, text, and 4G LTE data in Canada and Mexico, plus 5G access with a 5G capable phone. Perks are pretty much sixes here, so we're calling this one a tie and giving each carrier a gold star. Now, if you've been paying attention to the points and the stars, you know that Verizon has beat out Sprint by 1 gold star. Verizon would have won a star in all 5 categories, but they are just too expensive to compete with Sprint's prices. Verizon is the winner here, but that doesn't necessarily mean you should choose them for your service. But you should choose Verizon if you're looking for some solid coverage. Verizon has the most coverage in the country, so if you live in a smaller town or far from a metropolitan area, you'd be better off with Verizon than Sprint most of the time. Plus, Verizon has a lot more plans to choose from if variety is something you're looking for. Now, if you're looking to save some cash and want some fun streaming perks, Sprint is the carrier for you. Remember that Sprint's coverage is minimal compared to Verizon, and before you choose a plan with them, be sure to check their coverage in your area. You can do that on our site by typing in your address into our coverage checker. In the comments, tell me, who would you choose? Are you going for great value with Sprint, or are you going for great coverage with Verizon? If you're looking for quick deals, follow WhistleOut on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We will not overload your pages or your feeds, but we will deliver the best deals in the market straight to you just a few times a week. Thanks for watching. I'm Sherry Briggs with WhistleOut TV.